Hey there, Commanders. Welcome to another exciting Steel Division 2 match. I'm your host, Too Old for Gaming, and today I am playing as 2nd Blindée. This is going to be a challenge because I am going up against some Major League Axis divisions with a division that I feel like could be easily outmatched by Panthers. My initial setup here is putting some scouts, some sappers, and a 6-pounder. I've got the WW2 heading there as well. Everything. The nice thing about this deck is you get a half tracks for everything. So one of them's got 30 cal, the other's got 50 cal. SPW233 trying to hit my guys already. He misses, fortunately. The sappers are caught out in the open, though. The half track goes down to the follow-up fire. I'm retreating my scout car. Enemy really is trying to push in here with flamethrowers. Gets me surrendered right away. That was a huge loss because those guys are expensive. Holding off on dropping in the 6-pounder. I've got two M10A1s heading into an ambush position. The enemy will have to use this bridge if he's going to attempt to get into the zone. So, acting as sort of a moat for us. My recon cannot see at the moment, but we'll move him into a better position eventually. To my left, we have Logie Bear, who's attacking the MG42. My infantry squad is a 10-man team, but with no auto rifle or LMG, so that's not great, but 8 semi-autos, an M1 carbine, and a Thompson isn't bad for 20 points. So the flamethrower team's still there. There's 2 of them down there. See how quickly we can kill these 2 men walking by us. One goes down. See him fall on the ground. And the second one goes down. So again, even though there's no LMG, we're wiping these flamethrowers out really fast. He's not even vetted either. MG42's laying a lot of fire on us. So 2 flamethrower groups down. Another one coming. See some Vespies back here and the Gorilla chipping away at this guy's infantry out in the open. Panther D up on the hill. So you usually see Panthers in this sector over here, kind of maneuvering around the swamp. The Gorilla is going to be a real pain for us. So far, he's chosen not to attack us. The MG42 can see us. You can see the tracer rounds. Do not want to be downrange from that guy. Oh no! So the MG42 suppression along with the flamethrower gets us another group surrendered. So that I would say that's a miscue by me. My M5 Stuart is out of vision. Making pretty quick work of this MG42, so. And now my other half track can see this guy. I mean, he's got the flag for a second. He's down to 1 man. I don't think he's going to remain on that flag for very long, and he's already pushed off. So the Steward here getting fired on by the Panther D. Very scary. They just bail out at this point. Unfortunately, they go on to the next life. Now that we've wiped out the flamethrower teams, I'm moving up the 6-pounder. Sappers in here should be able to take on 1 man. I hope. And they do, but they do take a single casualty. Nice thing about the sappers from the French is they get that bazooka. Unfortunately, we lose our second half track. So, one of the units that's kind of unique is this SD KFZ 11 flak. You get, I think, 2 or 3 of those in Phase A if you call them in. So we're going to have to deal with the Gorilla. He's within range, but not within vision. And the MG42 is somehow spotting me. I don't know how these guys are being spotted in the woods. But sometimes this game baffles me with its sight lines, where I have units where I figure they shouldn't be able to be spotted because they're in green cover. And they are, so. This is going to be a real pain. The Jagdpanzer 4 coming in. We do have these 2 M10A1s. M10A1 can pen 130. These have 130. Oh, we get a side pen with the 6-pounder, though, as he goes to turn. And we knock him out, so that's huge for us. And these half-tracks along with the Bofors here are doing a good job of pushing off the enemy. Unfortunately, that Guerrilla already wipes out our 6-pounder. We're going to have to engage him with our M10s. Because he's just going to wipe everything we have out. So we're seeing the Fallschirmpanzer currently. Guerrilla is knocked out by the M10. And we're getting shelled. Those look like the 105s from the Vespies. Going off right here. Stern Pioneers just getting pushed off by our high explosive shells, but we don't get very many, unfortunately. My recon team can see this area, but it's kind of an odd sight line where he's at. Seeing down the road. Friendly mortars landing on the enemy. Now, a huge thing for this deck is the M21 81mm mortar carrier. These are absolutely must-have, and one of the only ways to get through this match, to be honest. We've got another 6-pounder moving into position. We're still tied here in Phase A at a 12-12. Once we hit Phase B, we'll shift and look around the map to see what's going on. These M10A1s are 70 points. So we did spot a 9-man gun, which is probably an 88. I want to stay within, and we are within radio range, so again, those mortars are going to be very devastating, hopefully. Friendly Rangers getting spotted out here. See, these guys have exceptional stealth. They are not in cover, but still, he must have people in here, or I don't understand how they're being spotted. I've got the M8 half-tracks. I'm going to try to use them a bit conservatively. My hopes was to just kind of scout out this position, but there's another tank here, and it's the AI, because we just saw that guy quit, and he's got Panzer Lehr. That's going to be a problem. M10's taking fire. Looks like he just missed being hit. Black is pinned, but not dead. So I do have 2 of these 75. I want to say that these are 45 points. 12 rounds a minute. We should be able to knock out the Panther at this range. Especially if we get some side armor hits on him. That should go off any second. Hopefully. 1. And he turns. But too late for him. I'm continuing to move these M10A1s forward. We're starting to see some Pumas here. There's another MG42. This guy's still not killed. I believe we've taken out the 88. We lose another 6-pounder. Those things are going down left and right. We've got a 50 cal half-track. I think I was going to try and get him on this. You should be able to see now. And see the artillery still going off right over my mouse pointer. He's trying to hit the M10s. Oh no, he's going for the stuff over here. Oh, no, I moved my mortar carrier. So he was going for that. That's where the half-track's nice. Bring my scout car forward. I like these little M3s. I don't know why. I don't know if they're any faster than a half-track, but I just think they're kind of cool. I heard they weren't great in real life. If you know more about them, let me know. The M3 scout car. So we're seeing another gun here. It looks like it's a flat cannon. We've got some 251/9s heading our way. And more infantry, but the Ranger LMG teams are in return fire. Kind of surprised. It's going to let him get within range of his 8 MP44s. I would not do that. I would engage them at distance because once he goes off a hold fire, this guy's just going to rip at him with MP44s. And here it goes. Luckily enough, he's got a double vetted and it's able to get him pinned down, but he is wiped. 81's now going for Flak 38, and I brought in my second 81. We're starting to see enemy aircraft engage with us. Lots of 50 caliber fire going up on that BF-109. We end up knocking him down. Now, I want to say that was probably the Bofors back here, because it didn't look like I got it. FW-190 from the other player coming in, and pilot's unconscious. We might kill that one, too. We knocked that one down. That's got to be the Bofors again. We did find a 10-4 anti-aircraft gun. That is a lot of... That's kind of a waste. I wouldn't have used rockets on something with no armor. Very bizarre choice. So I've got some more infantry in here, and I'm seeing some help now from Logie Bear. 251/9 spotted and wiped. These M10s are single vetted. Scout car holding these guys off. Now they're pinned. We got 250s on them. This is nonsensical to me. You have a recon team here you're not using too. Why wouldn't you move them in to see what's going on? They can see all the way back there. I digress. Sometimes players confuse me. So we are spotting a single man left in a leader group. We're here in Phase B. I'm a bit behind in showing you guys the rest of the battle. We are up by one flag at this point. Looks like we just lost a half track, but we have pushed forward. This is kind of a hard spot because they have the hill and a hill here, so good work by Magic. We've maintained control over here, and we've lost this far left sector. Back in my area, looks like we've got a Sturm Pioneer team in here. We just knocked out a T-34. 234/1 just got knocked out. Sturm Pioneers still alive, but I think they've only got one man left. 6-pounders are just so nice. This one's missing because he's so suppressed, but 12 rounds a minute. Just so great. So we can see the enemy's artillery at this point. I don't know what's spotting that. It's so far away. I have no idea how we can see it. This guy? This? I don't know if they can see that far, but... Anyways. So, we... I've had 3 French squads surrender so far. Oh... It usually doesn't happen. So there's a Pack 40 set up on the road in a great spot. He doesn't have any machine guns over here, it appears. But I got to get my M10s out of the way because they can easily get wiped. We do see more infantry back here too. Right now, just fighting against 2 players. But if I recall correctly, that's going to keep heating up. Pack 40 is my biggest concern, more of a concern than these Panzer 4s, although they're going to outrange me here if he gets spotted. I set my 81s on defensive fire. I'm going to move in another 20-point team to this flag. I think remember there was only 1 man left on that squad. M10 gets a pen on the Panzer 4, but gets one in return. Knocks out one. Can we knock out the second one? Kind of surprised we got an angle on the hill. We get a penetration. Knock out a truck too. So we got an ace here in Jean. We got to take care of this 251/9. I want another surrender. These guys don't have... I needed to move the sappers up there. I am going to bring in like a small light armored group to try and break through because I didn't see any heavy tanks or anything. No Panthers. We're going to move these M8s forward. They can engage with their 50 cals, keep things suppressed down. We lose 1 to the 251/9. Lose 2. This guy's an ace, but we knock him out. The Grilla's knocked out. And the Pack 40 is suppressed, so... That mate's doing a good job. I'm not just throwing them away, which I see all the time. I'm going to try and keep these guys alive. We get to surrender. Also, these are the non-recon, so we can surrender stuff. I wanted to kill his Vespi. Oh, we can also kill this 7/1. Probably even with 50 caliber fire. Now, with the Jagdpanzer IV, that's going to be a problem. Also, these aircraft. So, our recon is still alive. I have them manually targeting the Vespi. They've knocked that out, but we've got 2 left. And another one here I'm trying to knock out. We get a pen. The Jagdpanzer is really our biggest threat. I want to kill his artillery as fast as possible. We get penetrated by the Puma. So he's falling. He's probably going to die falling back, and he does. We did manage to save and get into cover our recon unit, which was probably the most important one. And in this case, we should be able to wipe. If I don't get hit by our own artillery from our team, we should be able to wipe all this stuff out, because it's going to take forever for the Jagdpanzer to get there, and I don't think the Puma can see us. So, yeah, that one half-track was the only thing defending over here. We're still at 12-12, by the way, so I definitely want to capture this flag up here. Just these M10s are doing so good for me, and I know there are times that I really struggle with them, but in this match, they just outperformed, I'd say. Like, this Jagdpanzer IV, I'd say, is better than a Tiger. They're really good. At least in my opinion. So this guy's going to be in a cutoff position for a moment. The road, and possibly even here. We did lose the damaged M10 over here. He has no... Well, he's got this guy. He can't see me, though. So we knock out the leader. I've got him in a move order because I do not want him engaging on the road because we have a Jagdpanzer IV. Best bet would be to hit this from the side where we got 45 millimeters of armor. And even the M8 could go through that. Because these T-34-85s are bouncing right now. They have APCR. They couldn't go right through. They should be able to. He gets penned. Alright, so he gets a penetration, but I'm going to try and use these mortars. Probably my best tool right now, unless we get a side shot. Even the APCR bombs, I think there were 2 there, so... Again, those things are super dangerous. I was hoping to get him in a panic with all the mortars. Get him fleeing, and then be able to hit him from the side. I'm playing cat and mouse right now. This BF-109 is going to be a problem. These are all open-top vehicles. They got a weak top. Jagdpanzer didn't get fully suppressed, which I wish they did. BF-109's doing a strafing run on me. Knocks out the hero. So, sappers again have the bazooka. I will set him up here to stop any rushes. And we're still seeing some pushes from Logie Bear. We got another player very close to their flag. We're still at 12-12, which means we're losing ground somewhere else. Jagdpanzer IV engaging the M4 Sherman. This guy's just like frozen, can't get angle, misses. Can he get it? We damaged the transmission, and now I think we're getting off-mapped? I don't know what that was. It could have been the guerrillas. Oh, we managed to knock him out. I don't know how we did that. But the M4 Sherman should be able to knock out these guerrillas, although they're going to reload fast now that they're double vetted. BF-109 just causing problems. I will bring up more anti-aircraft. We've got more planes coming in. I don't think he'll take out a Sherman. No, he's got a strong top. Should say top armor is strong, yeah. So guerrillas are gone, so the anti-infantry threat is gone. There's another guy trailing behind me in the game. He hasn't done literally anything. Another guerrilla's gone down, and the sappers are in a good spot. I'm moving a half-track around that corner just to peek. We've got an enemy tank here. I'm not sure what it was. We knocked it out, and he missed us. So we've got this flag, so we're in the lead now here in Phase C. End of the match. There's another guerrilla. He misses, but our Sherman knocks him out. And there's another vehicle. We have terrible optics on this. We do knock out the 233. And another plane coming in. So my AA units have been moved up. He misses the bombing run, but my guy's very stressed out. And we did see a Panther over here. We have captured this town up here. That's good. There's a lot more stuff heading my way. We've got a third player in here. Yes, no more flags here. Understood. But if you want to win, you need to get infantry and AT guns in here to stop them from regaining the flag. Because they've already recapped it. So Logi Bearer, if he was smart, would be getting an AT gun right here. Maybe even like a second one over here. Or one even in here. We did manage to surrender two groups. Half-tracks are starting to go down. Panther, again, going to be a problem. I set this M10 up behind so that we can hit... We could peek out and hit units going down this road. Or if they're in close, we can knock them out. Remember, they're not tanks. They're tank destroyers, so... Not really supposed to use them head-on. So again, I was kind of surprised that the sappers, they were in green the whole time and they got spotted. Good stealth, I guess not. Doesn't seem very good to me. So I'm getting the 6-pounder up here. I think they might be out. So I want to say about this deck build, I concentrated on the M10s versus more 6-pounders. And so I think it was pretty limited on how many AT guns I could bring in. Those two flat guns are as far forward as I can safely get them. We knocked down a recon plane. But again, the enemy knocking me out with these BF-109s with high explosive rockets. It's a lot of points, though. You count each one of those as, what, 110 or more? Probably better off with recon and Panthers. So I finally got recon in here, trying to get them into a spot where we can see everything. I don't think there's too much open ground here for me to get to the spot to cut off the road. I just don't have the equipment for it. We had an IS-2 backing us up from somebody, something like that, I'm sure we could, but now that my recon's in here, oh, we knock out another AA piece. M10's in a great spot here. I do have 105 Shermans in this deck, but I was more worried about Panthers, so I think I brought one in eventually, but not right now. So JU-88, again, from that third player coming in here, he's trying to bomb us out of position and did a pretty good job with that run there. So we've got 4 M10s on the field, and then we do have recon Shermans, which I think are really nice. Definitely a good unit to have in your deck. Nice that these M10s get their 50 cal to suppress these guys, because Panzer Shreks up close would not be fun. We cannot pop out any further due to this Pack 40. I got multiple Panthers up here now. Trying to get this guy as quickly as possible into cover. No friendly tanks anywhere up here. No friendly anti-tank guns either. We got a T-34-85 trying to get into position. Not really. Doesn't seem like anybody else is really focused on maintaining this position. So we're 14-10. I think we're probably going to have to keep it because I think we're... This looks like it might fall soon. And we're getting pushed off on the far left. So 20 minutes left till defeat of the enemy. And we're just, again, just constantly bombed by the Luftwaffe. But I'm feel pretty confident. The T-34-85 out in the open is not going to win against Panthers. You must. You've got to get him into these light woods and get him to a spot like right here. I hope he's doing that. No, he's putting him out in the open. This is not a good move. You must be at like 1,500 or less. You're never going to penetrate any of those Panthers. If you're a newer player to the game, you're not going to duel a Panther at distance. That's what's going to happen every single time. So we are holding him off, but I don't have enough points to get as much infantry as we need in here, especially if I'm the only one with tank units. I did have to bring him a bow for his unit too, which is 95 points. It's a lot of points. So I've got to keep AA up, plus the anti-tank capability. We lose our recon team. We're still on the flag. We've got a Ranger Marauder here who could move up and knock out this guy instantly. Hopefully he does. Take out the Panther. And he goes for the 2-3-1. BF-109 coming in, gets pushed away. Another BF-109. Ooh, perfect targeting by that one. These guys are just awful, man. And now the artillery from the complete other side of the map is coming for us. We must be doing something right if we're getting everyone involved. I'm going to try and shell off this Panther A leader. That T-34 is still alive, but maybe not for long. Let's see, what do I got out here? 3, 4. I got 4 M10A1s out here. A couple sappers and a leader. Panther D here might hit my flak. I don't think I noticed yet. My M10's here. He's doing that alignment thing where he's taking forever, but the Panther doesn't see him. Not yet. Now he does. Oh, we get him from the front. Can you believe that? I'm telling you, man, these M10s are just outperforming. We knock out a verbal Vind. Sappers got suppressed so fast by that last single man there with the MG42. That was crazy to see. So I'm going to try and hit this guy. What do we got? A P38 15. I have trouble with these. They just always seem to get shot down, but I felt like we killed all the AA. We got some massive bombs on here. We got 2,000 pounds worth of bombs. Let's see if we can take out the Panther. Good see him. We do. We do. Everything's going right for the French today. And the P-38 gets out. The trouble is, I'm like stuck in these small positions. So if the enemy wanted to, if the rest of the team starts shelling me over here, I'm gonna start losing stuff. Reloading my 81s, moving this second one back here. We got these half tracks, which I want to say have armor on them, which is nice. I brought in a 50 cal in case they broke through here, because you can see we lost this position. We have no, and if we had this position, we could recon the area. I want to say I'm out of 6-pounders. I've got 2 down here that are wounded. I'm curious to know if there's anything from our team moving up. No. Looks like there's nothing moving in position. We don't even have a Bofors out of the truck back here. Pack 40. It's getting hit by the sappers. It's barely holding on the flag because we're getting pushed off now. Obviously, that Pack 40 is my main concern. I'm going to try and lead him with the 81s. He's out in the open with no cover, so we should be able to knock him out. (13-11). Our enemy recon team has been spotted. He sees my leader here, but I don't know why you'd keep on that engagement. Although I think that's AI. A 50 cal half-track getting shot at by a Panther A on the move with no stabilizer. Give Fritzman an Iron Cross for that shot. So we've got a leader tank out in the open. And I think that's it. There's a Sherman coming in, so hopefully you can get that flag back. Pack 40 has been fully pinned by the artillery fire, so the M8 can get involved now with this 30 cal. Panther A got penned by my 10A1. Again, I used them the right way to ambush in these light woods. Although maybe probably pull them off until I can see better, because I could get ambushed myself. BF-109 is coming back in. The guy's trump card on me every freaking time. Knocks out another M10 with that BF-109. I've got so much AA up here. At least we killed that guy off, because there's 2 Bofors up here too. Kudos to the team for bringing those up, because it's already been pretty rough. So we launched rockets at the Panther. I've called in my own bomber to try and clear out this area. M8 goes down to the Panzer Schreck. So we've got DB 73s. I'm assuming that these are a French design. 8 250-pound bombs. And so hopefully I can clear more than just that guy out. We'll see if the line moves. Might have been off target there. Bring in more reconnaissance as we're running a bit light. I've got my scout car here for recon. Plus we've got the M8 and the Sherman. And he's doing the same thing with Pumas. My 6-pounder set up right here, right on top of the flag. This one, he's really wounded, so I'm just kind of keeping him in cover for the moment. Puma's got to be spotting my sappers. We're still up on the tick. Enemy artillery is starting to hit our position. We have so much equipment in such a small space. He must have recon here, seeing all this stuff too. Puma goes down to the M10A1. I got a Boita Stalin from a 4th player. There's a 5th player back here. Flamethrower makes a mistake going out of the woods. Not sure why he did that. It was basically instant death. Same with these Sturm Pioneers walking in. A lot of artillery from right here. Basically halfway across the map shooting at us, which I guess is good because it'll be less accurate. But again, as I mentioned, we're so concentrated here. Putting things in move orders. There's a lot of guns going. That was like 10 guns. We have recaptured the flag. You can probably see why I got so many cards at M10s. Because they just keep getting knocked out. Cut and crad. We missed twice on that small target. The Panzer Schreck? Not sure. Not gonna be alive for very long. P-38's ready for another target, and here's enemy recon and a machine gun position. Another enemy bomber heading our way. And the enemy's trying to make its moves on the right, but I left these tanks over here. This guy had moved around the other way. Oh, he knocks out our Sherman. WW2 is killed, though. Trying to get this flak out of the way, but unfortunately couldn't do it. P-47's now coming in. First time we've seen them all match. Knocks out one. That's a lot of points. 4 P-47s for 2 Panzer IVs. The endless M10s still on their way. I saw that there's a Panther A. We immediately took a penetration. I'm trying to get him out of the way. These guys are so much slower than the Hellcats. We still have the flag, though. I'm blind firing in here. We got some large bombs. And that did move the line. I'll be curious to know at the end what happened, but because we've lost our flag, we're back to a 12-12. I do not want to draw in this match. I want to win. Work too hard. So I bought a second heavy bomber. And the enemy from, what, a fifth player coming in here? It was the fourth one again. Tons of Ju-88s. That's all I know. Do we have enough AA left? I don't think so. The flak cannon's running out of ammo. What a mess. So we lose a ton of anti-aircraft batteries. We have the single Bofors left from Enemy of the State. I still have a lot of my M10s been wiped out. I'm gonna bomb right in front of my team. See if we can push back in. And then the BF-109's back in to take on my M10. And another one goes down to the high explosive rockets. That's so frustrating. So just off the flag, but the rest of the team managed to pick one up. Have these M8 Stuarts. I don't think I do a ton with them. Sappers go down. And these guys somehow didn't get suppressed, so I'm just going to pull these Voltigeurs back. They do have light machine guns, unlike the other ones. I'm calling in more bombers. They're 110 points, but I don't... just want to wipe this out, and they don't have a lot of AA. We got some infantry going in. Panther A shooting at someone here. Not sure who. Shooting at the AA gun sitting in the middle of the road. Here comes the bombs. And hopefully those suppress anyone behind. MG42 goes down. Now we got a bunch of half-tracks heading our way. Probably loaded with Panzer guns, but we got 50 kills on these M8s. We've got another Sherman heading forward here. I do think we still have that Panther to deal with. I want to say I was trying to shell him with 81s. Fortunately, our support unit goes down, but... yeah, the 30 kill doesn't do anything close to what the 50 does in terms of suppression. Look at how quickly that's going up. So, one Bofors left back here. We have a second line of defense, which is nice. But we need the flag. We finally got some infantry into position. If you guys have watched me for any amount of time, I am typically an infantry versus armor player. Really wish we had better eyes on this. I mean, I should have moved this up further. And we can see everything over here thanks to this guy, but that's not helping what's in front of us. Enemy recon right here. Oh, Sherman spots a Panzer IV, and he gets a spalling crit and knocks him out. I didn't drop the help beacon because I saw all these trucks heading our way from another player, so I don't know. Are we at 4 or 5 players now? Something like that. I didn't see any... We have recon optics, so, and I didn't see any anti-tank guns. We knocked out the recon vehicle back there. And these are all disheartened troops, so... Unfortunately, as recon, I can't surrender them, but I can definitely get them pinned and fleeing to buy some time. And he was trying to smoke as well, but maybe a little off coordination in terms of artillery and assault. Ugh, the dreaded BF-109 G6 BR-21 coming back in to do what he's been doing all match. I want to say we've killed a few. We'll check at the end, but I think the Bofors get a lot of them. I brought in the P-38. Will he make it there? Not this time. I know he's brought in a massive amount of anti-aircraft. Our scout car does go down. A Panther's pushing through. I don't think he realizes I have my anti-tank guns here and here. So we should be able to knock him out. Either that or the sapper team. So just remember, I said at the beginning of the match, I set up the lines to ambush. That's exactly what we were able to do. Osttroop being pushed off. I'm keeping this guy hidden from the Panthers over here. IS-1 engaging the Stalin, but he is not going to win that. He should leave. As soon as this guy gets a round off, he's gone. This is bad. Yeah. So, bring in another Bofors truck. We managed to push off an entire company of men with a single tank. And we're just shelling the flag now until we get reinforcements in here. See, they can snipe us 2K all the way back here. That part kind of sucks. Finally seeing these submachine gun squads engage. It's just amazing to see all these guys pushed off. So I brought in Stuarts. Stuarts are a great little tank. For light vehicles and anti-infantry duty. Look at all that smoke. Obviously not going to be great against Panthers. I do have 3 more tank destroyers heading in the last 4 minutes here. Friendly rockets. Will they do anything? Oh, they knock out a half-track and the Panther. That's big for us. Recon car knocks out the half-track. Can we get the Gorilla? I think the 105 should be able to knock him out without a problem. I don't know what killed that guy, but there had to be some tank back there. Just off the flag, it's a 12-12 again. Not going to be able to really bring in our Air Force unless we deal with all that. That was a heavy investment in anti-aircraft from the enemy. Well, it's nice to see some friendly tank support up here now. Oh, it was a Panzer IV that knocked us out. Unfortunately, our recon is knocked out by artillery fire. BF-109 G6 back to do what he's been doing all the game. I barely get these M10s in. We're cut off. My mortars are out of ammo. This guy's got 10 rounds left. We have the flag. Panthers and Stalins to our left, Panzer IVs to our front, and a lake to the right. We got to get this flag to win. Not going to be easy. And we just picked it up. Let's see what's going on with the rest of the map. Oh, looks like an enemy rush here mid. Yeah, the leader tank's up front. I wouldn't do that. Lots of stuff coming from behind. Looks like they used some good smoke. So not a bad move, but it's a 15-9. Something changed on the board here, and it looks like we are stopping them and off-mapping them. Got a lot of equipment here. They're just not... The river is really helping us in the swamp. Minute left now. Managed to hold on to the time. Look at how burnt out that is. We've lost this flag, but still. Less than a minute to go. I think we're going to maintain position. I did call in an off map. I don't know if I get a chance to use it. I smoked off this position. Because remember, he was cutting off our reinforcement. Finally using my brain. M10. Over here in the spot, we've got all those Panzer IVs on the other side of the lake. Misses the first one, even though he's double vetted. And my mortars are being hit along with the Bofors. We knock out one, but oh man, they hit us right away. Not too happy about that. Bofors truck might go down. Sherman holding them off. Oof, they regained two flags. 12 seconds to go. Stalin here going to be a problem. Knocks out a Bofors in a truck. They're starting to knock out these Panzers over here with Marauders. And we hold on and win 13-11 after 47 minutes and 39 seconds. Let's take a look. It looks like we did pretty well as the French. 35-83 to 24-30. So in third position on the board here for kills. So check out these M10s. Holy cow. Lots of equipment. Tons of stuff being knocked out by M10s. 81s did really well too. They always do. M10. Even the Recon. Look at this single Sherman. Lots of half-track. I know those are 5-point half-tracks, but still. Panthers. What else? Sappers took out a few. Not too bad. Loss-wise, Jagdpanzer IV knocked out a bunch of our M8s. We saw that. These BF-109s were really ripping up the M10A1s, so watch out for those. It's not something I'd usually use those for, but that worked out really well for the enemy. Panzer IV, this guy was an ace. Mathis. Panther A took a couple cheap units, but that's about it. Not a ton of off-map and counter battery, which is, or batteries fire is nice. We did 15% of the kills with 9% of the casualties while picking up, what, 2 flags? So not too bad. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Maybe you'll see some opportunity to use the French in the future. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.